Realistic Gamer 7 and welcome to another speed build on my channel. At the point of doing this voiceover, I know it's been a while since I've actually had a speed build on my channel, and I actually teased this build on my Twitter quite a while ago. But if you've watched my October update and vlog videos, then you sort of know there's some things going on that sort of has caused me not to get around to actually making these and actually doing what I wanted with these. Like getting things out when I wanted to. But anyway, they are now finally coming out. It's here. As you can tell, you may be a little confused as to what in the world is going on in this build. So basically, what I've been doing is I find like pictures of houses or buildings like online and try to take some inspiration from them. And there was one that has like you're walking on the ground and then you actually take steps down and it's like a sunk in deck and then you go into the house. But I was trying, like in my head I was like, I think there's some ways that maybe I can do this, maybe I can get this to be the way I want it to be. But like, just if you see the picture of the house that I was using, like what little bit of it I seen, because it was like a very close in, it was like more focused in like the entryway at the front there, and where you'd have the sunken deck that like takes some steps down. But the way the foundation works and all that other stuff, there were some ways that I was thinking that it could be done, and I was trying to do them, but it just did not work out. And honestly, I'm okay with it not doing it. I like how this house actually turned up. Right now there's still walls around the outside, but you'll see I'll start to remove those walls very, very soon. The part that I'm working on now is actually the main part of the house. But as you can see here, I'm trying to do the sunken thing. It's because of the foundations. You can't have a wall there and a door to get in at the lower foundation and stuff. But I think with some of the terrain tools and some of those other changes coming in, that might change. If I built this house after those stuff come in, I could have done what I was trying to do. But oh well, either way, it's perfectly fine. I actually am, like I said, I'm still really happy with how it turned out and how it ended up looking. It did take me quite a while. This build is going to be split up into two parts, and then technically there's going to be a third video, which may seem a lot, but this is only like if you really want to see it. There is going to be a CC conversion video that I do of this particular build, so if you want to see that, that will be there. But just once you see it, you'll know that's what it's supposed to be. And if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. It's fine. But I do know some people actually like to see how things change and how I would do things differently if I had used CC. So, but I'm trying to get in the habit of building most things without CC so that I can actually put them up on the gallery for you all to enjoy yourselves. So I started with no CC, and as you can already have probably seen, I've cut out some pieces, especially with the landscaping, because I went around changing the color of all those flowers from white to the orange, and also, I'm going to go around and placing a whole bunch of plants that it's going to be somewhat the same all the way around, but I do go around and do some of that, and so I cut some of that out because I just did not see the point of doing it. I'm playing with the terrain paint right now. I think I end up doing it like I put a color of grass and then I go over top of it with a lighter color so that it looks like certain pieces are like meshed, like there's discoloration in the grass more so than what it is when you first put it down. But it took a while for this build. I do cut out some of the bathrooms, and here's the thing, like, I'm gonna probably always cut out the bathrooms unless it's, like, a very tiny build, because there's almost no point of me showing bathrooms, because bathrooms are bathrooms, unless it's the master bath, which I always do show the master bath. They're all gonna look pretty boring, or the same, or similar to, so I do cut those out all the time. And so, but the funny thing is, one of the bathrooms I actually completely forgot to do, and to this day, I'm now using this house in my main save. and a family actually lives in it, and I actually have already recorded an episode with a family who is living in this house. That bathroom to this day still does not have a toilet or anything in it. And I keep forgetting to go and fix that. And I need to, because it causes the downstairs to only have one bathroom, and some of the festivities that have already taken place in this house definitely would be nice to have a second bathroom downstairs, even though it's technically attached to the guest room. But, you know, it's a guest room, so technically you can go into it. But, basically the outside, I will say one of my favorite parts about this build, and you won't really notice this until probably part 2 of this video, but there is going to be a slight difference from the inside to the outside, and I'm not going to go into the inside too much just yet, because I'm pretty sure the inside doesn't show in this video, and if it does, it's not like a whole lot of it. But that being said, the outside, I'm calling this the spice of modern, so that is combining the two styles that are sort of going on. But the spice is meant to be more reflective of the outside of the build. So I use more oranges, more reds, more tans, more browns, like those colors that me personally, they seem more like a spice color. And it fits because this build is built in Oasis Springs. It's one of the bigger lots in Oasis Springs. The neighborhood that has like the two huge houses at it, this is built in one of those locations. I can't remember the actual size of it, but this build is quite huge. It is quite sizable. It doesn't have a basement. With the way that I did this, I decided not to add a basement. One, I wouldn't know what to do with the basement. Two, I don't want to include a basement in every single one of them. I was doing this to actually make it look like their house was on top of a hill, and they've just structured it and cut around it and made like this floral piece, like garden around it, so that you can't tell it's a hill anymore, that their house is sitting on a hill basically. With the now terrain tools, again, that would have been a lot easier for me to actually just do the actual hill. But I like the way this looks. This looks like it was done in a way that they were thinking about landscaping, and it wasn't just like, oh, this is a hill, let's try our best, but not really put money into actually trying to sculpt the hill or do anything so that we can have our house the way that we want it. But this family is going to be a more wealthy family, and they have a little bit more money. And I know I never tried doing this with like the octagonal and hexagonal roofs and putting that side roof connected to it. I never tried that, and I'm sure many people have done it, but I never thought to really do it. I actually like a whole lot how it turned out. And this is probably one of the roofs. I did have a few issues here and there just because I'm very, very picky about things. So I was trying to make the roof look really cool and really nice and unique, while also trying to make those borders that you can put on the roofs line up with each other and make sure the roofs wasn't showing in odd ways. And so I did fool around with that quite a bit, trying to make those as even as possible, because that was like a little bit of perfectionism coming in. I think this back piece, I could not get it to actually be the same level as the rest of the roofs without it actually peeking out somehow. So I just had to give in and let that be and let it do its own thing. So, oh well, hey, that's the roof. But it's not like a huge noticeable difference though. But now I'm gonna go through and start putting some windows and like the doors and stuff in and things like that. I need to figure out if I go to the inside of this build, because I'll probably let music play towards the ending of this and not talk during the whole thing. But I need to make sure that there's no... Okay, I went ahead and checked to see if I actually go to the inside in this build, and I actually do. I actually complete, basically, I think I complete the whole entire downstairs in this video, and the upstairs and the screenshots will be in the next video. So, with the outside, continuing on, again, I'm keeping with those spice colors. I do include a lot of things, like, I have an actual roller rink, like this. There's a roller rink in the back of this. There's a pool, which I did a really cool design with the pool, because I wanted the pool not only to be usable, but also because I feel like this family would also want it to be like like a design element, and like it looked like it was like a fountain that you can swim in, basically. And that's what I was going for when you see the pool area. I can't remember. Brain is like spacing out. And with the windows, I enjoyed actually giving, like, on the lighter wallpapers that I did, the darker windows, and then the darker wallpaper has the lighter windows. That was also something I never tried before, was doing two different color windows. So that was a little bit different for me to actually try that, but I like how it turned out. I don't know how y'all are gonna feel about it, but I really like how it turned out. But the landscaping and all that stuff really turns out really, really well and really pretty. And it looks like I'm trying to figure out the inside, so like doing like the actual inside of the place. But basically the outside, spice, family oriented, hobbies, outdoor. I have like some plant things that eventually go out there. A lot of kid activities will go out there, and I did at one point try to have like this whole sunken area for the whole house, but instead I changed it and make this area here sunken. So this is gonna be the entry living room, and I decided I wanted like this area that I'm doing here. It's gonna be like a little kid's place. So, because I want the family that I was imagining moving in here was going to be like a family that really likes to entertain, likes to have people over, particularly like they're gonna have kids, and they want their kids to enjoy having friends come over and be like, oh, you can come to my house basically anytime, and like be the talk of the town of like, oh well, these people are so good with kids, like they they let kids come over and hang out all the time. It's so nice and sweet of them, like sort of that feel. So I definitely wanted to involve it like that they're thinking of their kids and trying to make sure that their kids have lots of things to do and reasons to invite friends over. So that living room area was like divided. The sunken area is like a kids play area, so that the kids could still be within view of if any parents are over or something like that, or if they still want to be able to talk to the kids, but you know the kids are wanting to play. There's still that option. Like, it's connected to the living room, but it's a little bit different, and it'd be sort of cool, and the kids would probably think it's pretty cool. As they turn into teenagers, maybe not so much, but that's also the whole point of the outside as well, is a place for kids and teens to enjoy hanging out. I make a guest bedroom downstairs, a kitchen downstairs, a laundry room. The guest bedroom has a bathroom, and the kitchen has a dining room attached to it, and that has a bathroom attached to it. And then there's the hallway as well. Upstairs, there is going to be the master bedroom and the master bath. There is 3 other bathrooms. One is right at the staircases, so it's pretty close that if you're downstairs, you can go to that one easily, as well as go to the one that is downstairs. And then there also is going to be a study that has the other 2 bathrooms attached to it and 2 smaller bedrooms, and then also a workout area slash spa area for the parents. So that is sort of the layout of the inside and the outside, and that's what's going to do. You'll see towards the end why I called it Spice of Modern. I went for more modern colors on the inside, so it's very contrasting from the outside. The outside, it looks all warm and like spicy and definitely very fitting for a desert, other than having a lot of plants, but they make sure the plants stay alive. They have a patchy eventually, so you know, it's good to go. So but the inside is going to be mostly whites and blacks with some like golds mixed in there. So it's more of those modern feel, modern touches. So that's why I called this build the Spice of Modern, because the outside and the inside are contrasting, and that is honestly one of the favorite parts about this build. I like that if you're like someone who hasn't been to this house before, you know, you see the outside and you're like, oh, this is really beautiful, warm, and inviting, and you get inside it and it's just like bam, and you're like, whoa. But it's still like, it's pretty and still gets your attention, and it's like the fact that, you know, it's so different on the inside versus the outside would intrigue you more to see the rest of the house. So, and I also felt like the family that I was sort of imagining, I do actually have a family moved in, and like I said, I actually have recorded an episode here with this family that I did move in, but at the time I wasn't 100% sure who I was moving into this house. But I definitely had a feel that they would definitely be like rich people that sort of was like, I'm awesome, I'm the best, and I want people to know it. And sort of that sort of feel, and that their style definitely would be more modern, but I also feel like they would be concerned what the outside of their house looked like compared to all the other houses in the neighborhood. So that was another reason for it looking like it fits Oasis Springs and fits some of the other houses going on around in Oasis Springs, but on the inside it is very strongly their style and how they normally would actually decorate. So I'd imagine that this family, if they were to ever actually move, and they went out of Oasis Springs, maybe their house would not look like this. But that's sort of interesting, doing little things like that is sort of fun to do. But I hope you do like how this build turns out. Like I said, it did take me a really long time for this one. This one took me probably about as long as the Koi Cottage, maybe a little bit longer. I can't remember how much like overall footage I had before cutting out pieces and cutting out, because sometimes when I build I'll go and grab something to eat, so there's like a spot of video that is literally just sat on the same screen for a while, and sometimes I have to cut out those, and also like, you know, the bathrooms and stuff like that. I don't remember, I want to say it was close to 12 hours of footage that I had to go through and cut out pieces and get it down to what I wanted it. I tried making it into one video and I realized sensibly it wasn't going to be one video. So I did split it up. I can't remember how long the second part is going to be, but the second part will include the screenshots of the final overall build. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I hope you like how this build turns out, and I hope you like how it ends up looking so far. Of course, you won't get to see the finish till the second part, but I still really love this build. This is one of the favorite builds I've done. It's a huge build, and I have a problem with doing huge builds, but I feel like this one I did a little bit better in it being huge, but also utilizing all the spaces within this build pretty well. One thing I'm always excited though is to actually see, like, when we start getting new expansions, new stuff that I can add and stuff for them to do. So, and as of right now, we do have a new one up on the way. I don't know if any of the stuff that's coming with that one would actually help me any in this build. I don't think it would have, but, you know, maybe it could have. The sort of style and stuff it's going towards, I'm just not sure. So, but we'll have to see. I don't know what all is actually going to be in that expansion. There's still a lot that I don't know. And once it gets closer to the expansions, I actually stop watching anything that comes out about them. So, like, you know, the first trailer, maybe the second trailer, and, like, when people sometimes get, access to it, like they went to Sims Camp this time, something like that, I'll watch them, but normally I don't want, the closer it gets to it, the less I start watching stuff on it, the less I start trying to figure out every little thing. Their live streams, I don't really watch those much the closer they get, because I want a lot of it to be me finding out for myself and actually doing a video on that. So don't fully know what all could be in there. There may be some stuff that has been announced that I actually don't know of yet, but I'm actually trying not to know. But I am really, really excited about that. I am going to be doing like a cast overview and a build and bio review and sort of that stuff. And I think for the first time I might actually try to do a LP based off of the new expansion. I think, because I have plans when I was doing a voiceover for one of my casts that I was like, wait, this might be perfect. So, like the Sims that I was doing the cast video for. So keep an eye out for that. I might be doing it. I haven't fully decided it. I actually might do like a little video, maybe asking what y'all's opinions are on it. I'm not really sure. I'm still trying to decide. I don't want to give like too much away if I do it, but I want also to know if everyone would be interested in it. So anyway, that is rambling on stuff that's not this build. But as you can see here, I am starting to decorate the inside. with the entryway is the one place where I tried to mix the spice and the modern a little bit more. So I didn't go like full on modern, or at least what I would think is considered modern, and I didn't go full on spice either. So I tried to mix those two because the entryway is what is combining the two. That doorway and that way into the house is you coming from the outside, seeing how it looks on the outside, coming into the new style on the inside. So this is like the merge way for that. But so I definitely wanted to try to merge it a little bit as it goes there. But I'm gonna stop talking here in a moment. If you end up liking and loving this video, definitely make sure you hit that lovely like button. If for some reason you are not subscribed, you definitely should hit that subscribe button so you can see future videos and also see part 2 of this build, because part 2 should be coming out shortly after this one, and there is going to be a CC conversion video. Again, if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to, but I want to include that video for people who are interested in seeing the CC conversion, because that's the version that you're going to see actually being played in one of my series. So, you know, you keep those. All of my Sims 4 playlists will be down in the description below if you want to go check those out and maybe catch up on stuff, or maybe watch a series that you haven't watched yet, and all that good stuff. My social media is down there as well. Twitter is the big main one. That's where I post probably the most updates, and also will probably do polls and stuff that influence stuff on here. Discord is another one that I do sometimes, like particularly with my collabs, my big monthly collabs. I do stuff over there. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let music play for the rest of this build. I hope you enjoy it, and I definitely would love to hear your thoughts. As of this video being posted, this build should be on the gallery, the CC free version. I'm not gonna put the CC version up unless you all want me to, but the CC free version will be up on the gallery when this video goes live, so if you want to go download it, it will be over there as well. My origin should be down in the description below so you can see it. It's Artistic Gamer 7, but if you forget, you can always check my description of my build videos to find that. But I'll see you in the next one, and enjoy the music and the rest of the build.